Today is Veterans Day, a time when we thank the men and women of the armed forces for serving our country. Good evening, I'm Ann Nyberg.
I'm Darren Kramer. On this holiday, this federal holiday, one vet is finally being recognized for his service more than half a century since he came back from a war zone. He didn't have to go to war. He wasn't even a U.S. citizen, but he went anyway. News 8's Mark Davis has that story.
Floyd Derrick met Dick Donahue 55 years ago when they left on a bus from the Hartford Army Draft Office heading toward Fort Devens in Massachusetts. They have been pals ever since. And it all happened because they were put on the bus in alphabetical order that day. They spent 2 years in Korea in the 2nd Army Medical Battalion in what many have called the Forgotten War.
In September, I got my greetings from Uncle Sam because I had my green card down here to work.
The sergeant said, the first 6 guys in line, go down there and get in the ambulance, you're going to be medics. And so Floyd and I were medics because we were in line alphabetically.
Even though he was drafted, Floyd didn't have to go into the Army, and he didn't have to go to Korea. He was a Canadian citizen that had come to Connecticut to work in 1948, but had already returned to Canada to help at his father's farm. After 15 months on the front lines, he was wounded by shrapnel.
I was hit in the arm here, in the knuckles, and over my left eye.
He never put in for any medals and was honorably discharged from the Army in October of 1952.
After I get out of the service, I said, you know, I like it down here, so I'm going to see if I can become an American citizen.
He says he never talked about the war. Like Vietnam, there were no parades or welcome home celebrations. He never thought the medals were important, but his kids convinced him it was. A half century, 5 sons and daughters, 11 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren later, and his adopted country honored him today with 7 medals for his service, making this Veterans Day a very special day for all. In Bloomfield, Mark Davis, News 8.